I'm Dr. Alison Williams, Vice President for Equity and Inclusion and Title IX Officer at Wesleyan University. I wanted to bring people together who perhaps were at different ends of the political spectrum to increase the opportunities for conversation across difference, for dialogue on difficult subjects. I think often I felt that people were talking to people who agreed with them, but were not engaging with people who felt differently and having constructive conversations. And so we wanted to facilitate and give people skills and so that they could engage in those conversations. Well, I think Dialogue Company had a really good model for presenting and giving people tools for having these conversations. And it was really clear from the people who participated that they felt that they got a lot out of the workshops, that they were able to take some of the techniques they learned and engage people in their community that they might not have been engaged with. Is a woman who really felt that she was at odds with her family. And so she was able to go home for some family occasion, I don't remember what it was, and have a conversation with family members who she knew fundamentally disagreed with her. I think people, what I recall is people wanted more opportunities to learn about how to have conversations. So they felt that they got a lot out of the workshops, but they wanted to continue working on the skills that they were given. They wanted more opportunity to practice, to engage. I think people are very nervous about having difficult conversations. And so even though they did feel that they were better able to do that, they wanted more practice. I think people do need those communication skills. It's really clear. And they want to talk about difficult things. They don't know how. And I think especially with the pandemic, people have been so isolated, they've forgotten. The ones that did know seem to have forgotten. So, you know, anything that can bring people into the room and have them learn to communicate better and openly, because some of the subjects that we have to deal with are really tough subjects. And people are fearful of having those conversations, but those conversations can be really enriching. And so anything that can be done to give people tools to engage across difference, I think is really important, especially now when we're so polarized. So I'd love to have more of these conversations, you know, especially, you know, have a meal, like a lunch series where people practice these techniques, where we sort of force and guide people through difficult conversations. About a broad range of subjects. I'd love to be able to do that. But when you work with the Dialogue Company, you're going to get a program that is very engaging, that brings people from all different backgrounds together to have difficult conversations, regardless of their viewpoints. It gives people a chance to share those viewpoints in a way that's constructive, gives a chance for everybody to be heard, and helps people learn to have those conversations without the kind of vitriol that we're used to seeing in this day and age in this country.